This is the first Zenith transistor produced in 1955. Here's the operating guide. I have a link to some pictures of this guide in the description of this video. Here's the sock for the radio. This is almost never around, and you can see it's the Zenith Royal 500 tubeless all transistor. And here's the leather case for the radio. And on the inside of this flap here is the earphone. And of course, the radio.
When it calls the nation's cleanest standards for vehicle emissions. The Federal Environmental Protection Agency refused to grant California a waiver so that it could impose the restrictions on vehicles by 30% in 8 years.
Still plays pretty good. I have removed the back of this radio because I wanted to show that the original transistor radio by Zenith is built on a metal chassis. And the transistors plug into the chassis. At that time, as you can see, they had mercury batteries for longer life. And you can see that the mercury batteries polarity was just the opposite of the batteries that I have installed, or regular pen lights. There is a link in the description of this video to these high-resolution pictures. The Royal 500 by Zenith in 1955 was produced in 2 colors, black and this one, maroon. This radio sold for about $75 back in 1955, which would be equivalent to about $450 today. The leather case is in very good condition, and it's pretty amazing that when I found this, that the earphone was still in it. As I mentioned earlier, this chassis is metal, and the transistors do plug into little transistor sockets, but it's also point-to-point wiring, no circuit boards at all. And if you find one of these, on the back of the battery cover is this piece of paper, and if you look in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see a chassis number of 7XT40. That is the chassis number for the 1955 transistor radio by Zenith. This is a side view of the chassis, and you can see one of the transistors in its transistor socket, and it's also very easy to get to, so I pulled it out of the socket and set it on the side so you can see the socket and the way that they manufactured that little transistor. I've now turned the radio over, and this is the inscription on the back of this radio: Zenith Royal 500 tubeless all transistor. This radio is still 100% original. There has been no changes to it, no repairs, and it still works since 1955.